Oh, my goodness. So Mark Charnock, who plays Marlon Dingle, joins us now. You can't really watch that, can you? You find that quite difficult.
I found the whole story quite... it's upsetting because, you know, it's so real. They've written it brilliantly and structured it really well, and it's just... And then you look into the numbers, you know, talking to charities and stuff like that, and it's just... People go through this, and it's unimaginable.
But you've been through quite a lot as Marlon.
Yeah, he's had his...
I mean, talk about his ups and downs, his downs and his downs. Yeah. And now his daughter's missing.
I know. I think this is in many ways, this is the worst thing that's ever happened to him because he's defined by his kids, really, and as most people are, obviously. And he just... It's like the inside of him's completely fallen to pieces, and every day he tries to gather up those pieces by just looking for them.
Yeah.
Just literally looking in the street in a hopeless way.
We had a little bit of hope last night, didn't we, at the end of last night's episode with the clip we've just seen.
The clip been on CCTV.
Yeah.
But this isn't the end, right?
No, it's not the end. It's the first time they've confirmed that she's alive because they went to identify what they thought was going to be her in a morgue, which was just walking into that set with a body under a sheet was just seeing it back then. It was just horrible, you know. And everything you do in this story just reminds you of what people are going through in real life, you know. And it's just... you know, I think it's the bits in between the looking that must be awful when you're just sat still. You know, talking to the people who work in the charity, it's the in-between moments where it's just a quiet house with no teenage music and empty rooms and no school run and just sitting there, just milling that over and over again. There's no end to it. So I think this is why soaps are good. I said this last time, that we can do those in-between bits. It's, you know.
I mean, 28 years for you that you've been playing this role, but Amelia that plays April, you know, it's a completely different part of her career. To take on a role like that and a challenge, I mean, how impressed have you been?
Well, I've always been impressed with her, because when she was first in, when she was 5 or 6, she used to, when we were running scenes together, when she was a little girl, she'd do her lines, and then when you were doing your lines, she'd be going...
And she'd be doing your lines.
She was doing your lines back. It's really intimidating, you know. But what she's grown into, there's sometimes, not always, but sometimes when they become teenagers, they become more self-conscious. Yes. They go through this phase of being like they're acting. Amelia's never been through. She's just gone straight into being a full-blown actress. She's extraordinary to watch. There's so much going on behind her eyes. She's just a privilege to work with. And
it was so important for you guys to get this right, because I think that's what's so important, actually, about soaps in general, is to reflect real life in the best way that they possibly can. And so you've been talking to kind of charities that do this kind of work with missing people.
Yeah, we have. With Missing People UK in particular, but there's other charities too. We've had multiple meetings with them with different people who work in different facets of the charity. And just hearing about the stats, the psychological state of parents from moment to moment, and it's been a hard listen. It's a hard story, but I think this is why soaps are important, because these stories need to be told. Because if we've done nothing else, it might make people take a second look at a missing poster. That would be a victory in itself, because there's, you know, it's something. There's I think I read there's 170,000 missing reported every year, and I think there's 5,200 people who are missing for more than a year in this country. That's mad, you know. So if we've done nothing else, we can stretch the empathy as far as we can. Then maybe, just maybe, somebody will take a second look.
What can we expect then for the rest of this week?
Well, it's tonight. Marlon gets an unexpected ally in the form of Ross. They've always been at each other's throats. Marlon's always been threatened by him as a sort of like he's a sort of cool dad figure to April. But tonight they finally sort of come together and sort of work out how they can work together. And you realise Ross loves her, and so there's kind of more positive stuff. But there's also that moment when you see, oh, she's alive, she's alive. I'm going to find her, but then you don't. And that's what's great about the reality of it, is that there's going to be more rises and falls in the story. It's been amazing to play.
And it is amazing that it's, 30 years of the Dingles we're going into now. And Amelia, she's April is the next generation of Dingles storyline. They're still there carrying these A stories. It's fantastic.
Yeah, we've been very lucky as a family, but you know, they've written for us brilliantly. They give us comedy and drama, and there's so many Dingles. It's like a selection box, really. There's so much. There's so much. I like to think of myself as the strawberry cream, but there's so
the one that everybody saves to the end.
If only. You know. Somewhere else, all the Dingles are going, he's not. He's one of them nuts. He's with nuts. chocolate. But, you know, it's been a great family to be part of.
The best. We love it. Mark, thank you so much for popping in.
Thanks,
I know how busy you are and just being here. And you guys are doing an amazing job. You're smashing it.
Thanks.
And we just
for spinning the wheel as well.
Yeah.
Thank
so
you.
spectacular.
That's changed everything.
Everything.
Amazing stuff.
Emmerdale continues tonight at 7:30 p.m. on ITV.
The Loose Women